again to another edition of Homes, Gardens, and Open Spaces of Waltham. My name is Barbara Peterson, and we are delighted tonight, Tim and I, to be presenting to you an outstanding event here in the historic Waltham Week celebration, and that is due to the efforts of the Garden Club, and in particular, Lella Chavalis. How are you?
Good.
Noreen Cook and Alexis Shaw, presidents of the Garden Club, right? You are currently Alexis, and Noreen, what is your...
About to be.
About to be. and
VP.
And I know, Lella, this was basically something that you started it all, pretty much engendered it all today, and you've been here since 9 o'clock this morning working on this. And how many exhibits do you have here?
It's about 42.
42 exhibits, and I think what we should do is explain a little bit what this whole concept of Books in Bloom is, and how you decided to do it, and why we're here in the library, and what it all is.
This was a project of the Friends of the Library in collaboration with the Garden Club, and it was an idea introduced to us by one of our other board members on the Friends who had seen a similar event in another community. And the floral arrangements are all interpreting books.
Right.
Or pieces of music, or in the case of one person, a movie.
Okay, and what I want to show is tonight is your reception night.
Yes, it is.
And this is a lovely evening. Tim and I are going to be walking around, talking to people, showing every exhibit, and the people who would work so hard to put them together. And tonight is a night where people could buy tickets and come in, have wine, cheese, walk around. It's a gorgeous night. And we're going to talk a little bit about your exhibit right here, Alexis, but when people come in, they get a booklet, right?
Yes.
And in this booklet, it will tell what the exhibit is, who did it, and what their interpretation is,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, and what is this one as well?
That one is a booklet that Alexis was responsible for last year on the gardens of the library, which again is a project of the Friends and very actively supported by the Garden Club as well.
Right, and we've done some wonderful shows showing that. But this tonight is our pleasure. But tonight is a very special night. It's a beautiful night, and you're expecting a big turnout?
Yes, we are.
Yeah?
Yes, we're hoping for a great response.
And now people can also come, because Tim is going to get this on right away, can come in the next couple of days. Because
Yes. Yeah, the exhibit will be in place in the library, normal library hours on Saturday, which is 9 to 5, and Sunday 1 to 5.
Okay, and that's free to the public?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the program books will be here as well.
Okay, which is a wonderful keepsake.
Oh, it's a great keepsake.
It's a great keepsake. So, Noreen, where is your exhibit?
My exhibit's down in the children's room.
Oh, you lost your voice?
No,
No, okay. And what did you choose to do?
I have a book about a frog who gets trapped in Monet's garden and ends up living there.
Oh, lucky
Right.
for him.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So Monet was easy
Yeah,
to
with
deal
all the
with the
different
flowers.
colors.
Yeah.
Now, is the exhibit basically on this floor and downstairs as well?
It's on all three
Oh,
levels.
it's on all three levels?
Right,
Okay,
right.
so people have a chance to really take their
Yes.
time and peruse around.
They do.
Okay, so now you had said when we started, Lella, that this room here is for past presidents of the Garden Club, correct?
This is the browsing room of the library on the main
Okay.
floor, and we've chosen to have our current president in this room, and also 4 or 5 past presidents that are in this room.
Well, I know you're very, very busy tonight, and we won't hold you for too long, but maybe you could talk to us a little bit about what these exhibits are and what types of flowers are in them, and then Tim and I can just walk around and maybe talk to some people,
Sure.
see what's happening.
Some of the exhibitors are probably
great.
with
They're
their
still here?
exhibits.
So since 9 o'clock this morning, you've been here, huh?
Yes, setting up.
Setting up.
Yep.
And I think that people, and you can testify to this, Noreen, and you too, Alexis, have no idea really the type of work that goes into making an arrangement. You have to think about it, interpret it, get the flowers, put them all together, and have really a design that's
Right.
unique. Okay, Alexis, come over here to us. Now, I know you're not not a huge one for the mic, but tell us what's in here.
Well, what I tried to do is I tried to interpret the colors of Harry's Hogsworth house for Gryffindor.
Okay.
So it's primarily the dark red and the gold. So it's the colors of Gryffindor, and then there's Harry's.
Oh, his
I've got
glasses.
Harry's glasses and a
Taped
little
up.
wand here.
Okay.
And pretty much I have some roses, the alchemeria, the dahlias, several different kinds of mums, and some berries, and I actually put some arborvitae in here from my yard
Did
to
you really?
replicate the forest surrounding Hogsworth.
Have you read all the books?
I have.
And the kids have read all the books?
Well, yep. Matter of fact, once we finished them all, I actually donated the hard copies back to the library.
Did you really?
So I had to come check it back out again to
Well,
make
they
sure I
are
had
a
everything right.
phenomenon, Harry Potter.
It's
I mean,
great.
she is too a phenomenon.
yeah.
All right, so I know that you girls are busy, but could we spend a couple more minutes and maybe just take a look?
Happy to walk you
Thanks,
through the
Barbara.
whole exhibit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Happy to do it.
She
Great.
will, I won't.
All right. Thanks, Alexis. Okay, so tell us about this one.
This is the past president, Sue Walsh, and she chose to interpret like Water for Chocolate, which is an absolutely beautiful book. And if I can borrow your program book, I can probably just talk to you briefly. She chose these colors so that it really could represent in the theme of the book, which is Spanish and a Mexican atmosphere, really the kind of hot, sensual colors of that part
Now, is
of
this
the world.
hers as well?
This is all hers.
What a great
These are all
idea.
accessories to hers.
So she brought that in and decided to
yes.
accessorize it.
Yes, she did. Yep.
Phyllis Mealy?
Past president by a couple different times.
All right.
And she's doing Founding Mothers by Koki Roberts, which is a nonfiction piece.
Nonfiction, yeah.
We have both fiction and nonfiction. And Phyllis and a couple other women did those bookmarks.
Yes, I was just going to pick one
a
up.
memento.
So when people come in, they can take for themselves a little Books in Bloom with a little ribbon on it, and it's an adorable little thing for people to take away with. Okay.
Phyllis is very generous with her time and very creative in doing
She is very
things.
creative. It's beautiful. All right, and she has a little gold touch here.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we're over here. We're still in the browsing room. Past presidents, this is gorgeous.
Dot Buckley doing Pearl with the Girl. Girl with the Pearl earring.
Yeah.
So you can
That
see
is-
blues
yeah.
being picked up and whites, representing the white in her eyes and
This
here.
lovely tulle.
Yes,
That's
beautiful. Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
And she's used lilies, carnations, spider mums, and baby's breath in a beautiful blue container. You know, this is a similar type of idea as Art in Bloom at the MFA.
Right, and which is another beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are, and this is Mary Gorman and Joyce.
Yep, two past
Okay.
presidents, more immediate past
Yeah.
president, Joyce Jan Felice, and they did The Red Tent,
Okay.
which is a wonderful novel about women in biblical times. And so they've
I know
chosen,
this one.
this is a local author also, chosen pomegranates and figs and the kind of vegetation that might have been in the Middle East, stones that would represent, the desert, that kind of thing. This
So
kind of
people
cloth.
really have a chance to come in, read about a little bit about what the story is and how the artist interpreted it.
That's right, because that's what the program book does. Each designer wrote a design statement
Oh, they did, okay.
on why they did what they did.
Okay.
And on most of the exhibits, there's a listing of what the plant
flowers
materials are.
Great. All right, so we're here with Kathy Cannon. Come on in, Kathy, who is the floral designer of this piece, and this is called The Age of Innocence After an Edith Wharton book, correct?
Correct.
This is just gorgeous, Kathy.
Correct. And this is May's wedding.
Okay, May.
May, right. And I chose white for innocence. And I just thought it was
So standing.
depictive of the time,
The Victorian times. right?
Victorian time, the lush plant material and lush arrangements that they use.
And I think there's
enjoyed.
a revisiting of this now.
Yes.
When I worked for the florist this winter, this is very much what people were getting.
And I have to thank Lela because she suggested that
Did she
I
really?
read
I'll read the book.
the Age of Innocence,
It's a
and I
wonderful
chose
story.
it.
Well,
And
thank
there's
you.
a-
Oh,
okay.
and you have it. Oh, look at
And
the
that's
doll. That's May. Look at her.
Right.
Kathy
There's
also pointed out when she was doing this arrangement today that in this room there are many historic pictures
Right.
of Waltham, and there's a number of wedding pictures,
Oh, no
which is
kidding.
just perfect for this arrangement.
Well, it's lovely, Kathy. Thank you.
This is an arrangement that I did to commemorate Cedar Hill, the Girl Scout location in Waltham. This room has all of the great estates in Waltham represented, so I did the Cedar Hill property and chose to do an arrangement in the language of flowers that represented the Girl Scout law and the Girl Scout
You have a wonderful window to showcase this too.
All
Looks
these
like a
windows are
frame.
gorgeous, yeah,
looks-
they
it looks
really
beautiful.
are. And then what I also did was I incorporated the badges.
Mm-hmm.
Scout,
sure.
Scout,
Can you see that, Tim?
split badges.
Yeah. Were you a Girl Scout?
Yes, I was, yeah.
My daughter still is, and
Yeah.
she's 15.
Yeah, I was,
Yeah.
I was.
They're a wonderful organization.
This is the Payne Estate,
Okay.
and there's a wonderful book that's been published called Shingle Style, and it actually features the Payne Estate on its cover. The Payne Estate is a very significant architectural piece of property in the city, and this arrangement was done to echo the colors of the pane on the inside, also the scale of the pane. The dark brown grasses were used to represent the wood work in the pane in the main Great Hall.
And
So
I like
it's
now what they
beautiful.
did too. This is also something very
Yeah.
new about doing a leaf inside the glass. It's lovely.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful piece.
It's a beautiful piece. Okay.
This is the Lyman Estate, and these plants all came from the greenhouses of the
Okay.
Lyman Estate. And they chose to highlight this book, which is called Windows on the Past. And the property is undergoing a restoration
Oh, is it really?
of not only the greenhouses, which are probably the oldest, I think, my understanding is that they're the oldest continuously running greenhouses in the country. And these plants all come from there. And they're also in the process of redoing and restoring all of their perennial beds.
Are they really?
Yes.
Oh, that
yes.
is wonderful.
So, and many of these plants are available for sale in
They
the
are.
greenhouse.
They have the orchid
Which is
sale and-
wonderful, yeah.
And it's really fun. People can go in there, and we'll walk over to our next one, and they can walk around.
Oh,
They don't realize that, and they can't just, you can spend a lovely day there.
Well, one of the biggest treats in the middle of the winter is the camellia bloom. In February, it's a quick little
I did a show
vacation
there
right
once in the
before
winter. It was
Waltham.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Now this, Timmy and I were looking at this. I think this is outstanding.
This is outstanding. This was done by Scott Clark from the Gore. Scott is the farmer at the Gore and also a floral designer, often responsible for most of the floral decorations that happen on the inside of the mansion. And he chose to do a book called Cultivating Gentlemen, which I have not read, but it really has to do with the country life of Massachusetts.
I love it.
It's gorgeous.
With the wood
It's
and
gorgeous,
the moss
yeah.
and masculine, but
He's very creative.
very, very, very nice with
Yeah.
the wood setting.
Yeah, all the,
Well, people
fungi.
are, and this is just a taste of what we're going to see.
oh yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't even
many
scratched it.
more.
Excellent.
Yep, we have
We're now in the, I guess it's the main hallway.
The main hallway,
Okay, first floor, okay, and where are we?
This is a book called A Perfect Red, which was written by a local author, Amy Butler Greenfield, who's on the associate board, I believe, of the Friends of the Library. I think that's the correct title. And she's written a fascinating history of red as a color and dyes and the textile industry. And it's just I've started reading it.
That's interesting.
It's absolutely
That really is.
fascinating.
And, you
absolutely
don't
fascinating.
think red on red, but look, this looks perfect. It sets it right off.
Yeah, it's
All right.
beautiful.
Perfect
Stunning.
red. It's a great piece to have right here.
Yes, thank you.
Now what section are we in now? We're still in the fiction section.
We're in the
I believe.
fiction
Yeah.
stack,
Okay.
and these books are all pieces of fiction.
Okay.
This one is The Secret Book of Grazia de Rossi, which is a great historic fiction piece.
And who is this done by?
And it was done by Patsy DeVoe.
Oh, Patsy, okay.
And it's a really stunning piece, really captures the feeling of that era. If you look at the container, she's kind of mimicked. It's a wonderful book. Very, very interesting.
So
book.
not only are people getting to see some great flowers, they're getting some great ideas of what to read.
Great ideas of what to read. Yes,
Absolutely right. Okay, let's turn over here. Jane and the Ghost of Netley Castle. Donna Fairbanks, a colleague of mine.
Yes, yeah. I haven't read any of these books, but she's recommended them highly, and they're English themed mystery novels.
Yeah.
So this, I think, is great without even having read the book. I mean, the stones, I think, really depict the
It's
castle.
almost like a
and-
marsh,
Yeah.
flowers that you would see.
Yeah.
And you don't think about orange and pink, but
no,
it looks wonderful.
it does look wonderful when you combine all those colors. You know, that's nature.
It is. That's
Yes.
true. It's Red Bird Christmas. And by Carol Hazel.
Yes, by Carol
Great
Hazel.
job, Carol.
Yeah, it is a great job, and it's a wonderful
Kind of fun
little
to see a little
novel.
Christmas, huh?
Well, it's a great story. Fanny Flagg was the one who wrote Fried Green Tomatoes.
Oh, one of my
and,
favorites.
Yeah, and this is a very heartwarming story, and has a Christmas theme to it, and that's how Carol chose
she
to depict it.
Did it with the cardinal
With the
on top.
cardinal. The cardinal plays a very, very prominent role in this book, and she chose to have that cardinal sitting right on top.
And it's kind of fun to see Christmas here, even though it's September, we're not rushing ourselves. The other Boleyn girl, now Mary
Popsy Acid.
Okay, very beautiful presentation here.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's, again, a piece of historical fiction by Philippa Gregory, and it's about Anne Boleyn, and the other Boleyn girl was her sister, who captured the eye of Henry before Anne
Who
did.
didn't?
Well, that's right. This is a pretty fascinating little insight into what was like, life was like in those days.
Beautiful
And
with the yellow
with
roses.
reds and the richness of these colors.
I love what she's done here. She's mimicked the, even with the gold.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting some patriotic here. 1776.
1776, David McCullough's latest book.
It's gotten a lot of press.
It has gotten a lot of press. It has gotten a lot of press, and then she's got George
I
up in the
love it with
corner.
the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, yeah,
Excellent
and a little
job.
George right there.
Yeah, little George.
Yeah.
Excellent job. All right, so,
And here we have a beautiful piece of Ikebana.
This is gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous by a woman who teaches Ikebana,
That
and also of the decorative sculpting with fruits and decorative napkin folding. She's actually right behind us. If you'd like to interview her.
Oh, please, come, tell us. This is absolutely magnificent, just gorgeous. How long did it take you to do this?
1 hour.
1 hour, it did not.
I gave it about 4 hours.
I gave it 3:30.
Oh, this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, what do you take your inspiration from? This is something that you create?
Nature.
Nature.
Just observe the nature and create it in the container.
It is, and do you teach this course, or do you have you taken?
Well, I'm a teacher.
Oh, you are a teacher.
And I was working full-time, so now I'll be taking classes and start teaching.
Will you be teaching here in Waltham? You're having classes?
Well, I live in Framingham.
Oh, you do?
Yeah?
Okay, well, this is, I've never really seen this.
It's like a so-called landscape scene. You cannot say actually landscape, but
And
it's a
just tell us,
nature scene.
just quickly, just some of the elements that are in here before we move away. This is a fruit,
Yeah, it's an apple branch.
an apple branch.
And this is a azalea branch. And this is a parsley. This
Okay.
is a ground cover.
Okay,
And foxcomb, hostas,
just beautiful. I love it.
and sedum.
And see them. In 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. We're in the young adults room, Lella and I, and we just came across one of my favorite books, and it's now a movie.
It's being made, is it
It's
out
a
as a
movie,
Yeah.
and it's called The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and it's a wonderful story of young girls and friendship. And who did this one, Lola?
Two different women from the Garden Club, Sandra Natalie and Mary Jane McGovern.
Oh, that's
Both teachers.
Are they really?
Yes, yeah, and they chose to do this young adults book.
That is...
It's really sweet, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just adorable. And I think if people are familiar with the book, they'll know exactly what all this means here. Just so cute, with the bird of paradise at the top. And they have a little, I don't know, Timmy, if you can see it, little poster on the side with the traveling pants all over.
Yeah, yeah.
And all the different places that they went and the names of the characters.
All places that I would like to go.
Yeah,
back
oh,
to.
absolutely, right now. All right, we're here in the main section here where the computers are as well, and this is Great Expectations, a novel I taught many times by Charles Dickens, and Kathy Montesante. beautiful. What are these flowers? They look like kale.
I don't know whether this is kale or cabbage, but that's probably what it is. This is St. John's wort, Hypericum berries, an ornamental grass, mums, beautiful philodendron leaves, gorgeous iris, not iris, gladiolas, just beautiful.
It really is.
And great with the book.
Perfect with the book.
I don't want to be in the
Oh, look at
the
this.
Joy Luck Club, which I think is a great,
The Joy Light Club. And who has done this?
Pat Kelly.
Oh, Pat Kelly! Oh, Pat, it's wonderful. It's, again, one of my favorite books. Come on in, Pat. That's okay. We're just having fun here. Okay. Tell us. Edit it. No, this is bamboo, correct?
It's bamboo. There are a lot of references to bamboo in the book.
Right. It's
And
promising.
chrysanthemums.
In the Birds of Paradise.
Yeah,
This is gorgeous.
very simple.
Oh, it's lovely.
And these are actually mahjong pieces, because mahjong originated in China, which I did not know.
Yeah, they're great mahjong players. And it's a wonderful story, too.
It really is.
Heartbreaking, but wonderful at the same time. This is beautiful, Pat.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Stones from the River, Ursula Heggie, a wonderful novel, again, about a girl who has deformities growing up in Germany, pre-World War II, post-World War II. She lives on the Rhine, so Dorothy Brown did this arrangement. She chose to highlight her container, unlike the other one that was
What a
covered.
great idea. So is there a container inside there, Lola?
There's a container inside there, so this represents the Rhine. And she
Okay.
wanted to try to
Look at
find
that.
barbed wire, but she couldn't find barbed wire, so she used this kind of wire. And because
Very
of the,
clever.
it's very clever, yeah.
What a great idea
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Container within the container, huh?
And the main character of the book, again, has physical deformities and tends to hide herself a lot. And so this little creature,
Yeah. Hidden
this
away.
little person is hiding in there.
Well, this is wonderful.
It is beautiful.
And again, I want to reiterate for people that the pieces that the designer used, they've listed, so that
Oh, yes,
they'll know
all of the
exactly.
flowers, yes.
Okay, so we're down here at, this looks like a fun one.
This one is a fun one. I don't know if you've ever read Annie Mae Finch.
Oh, sure. Many
Carrow Road.
Yeah, look at this.
And this one was done by Deborah Prescott, and a lot of
What a
this book.
clever thing.
Well, the main character in this book loved baking, and
Now, did
her
your
life-
cakes turn out this?
Well, no,
What
not
a
really.
great idea. So
It
it's
is a
in
great
a
idea.
heart-shaped pan.
Yes, yes.
And roses, and are they mums?
These are mums.
Yep.
And
What's the little
Altramaria.
Altramaria. That
and
is
little
adorable.
baking accessories and baking pans and
With moss.
with sphagnum moss covering to represent her yard, because she had a little bit of an unruly garden at one point in her life, and then as the book progresses, her garden takes on a different form, and roses were very important to her.
Beautiful. Memories of a Geisha. Now that is a fabulous book.
That
is
is a fabulous
also
book.
being made into a movie.
Yes, I heard
Yeah,
that today
excellent
by
movie.
the two people that did this, Barbara Walsh and Christine Walsh, and they chose to
Very
do
simple,
a very
very
simple,
elegant.
yes, very, very
Blue and
beautiful,
the orange. Just gorgeous.
very, very simple.
But that's sort of typical for Japanese design, isn't
Yeah.
it, Lola? They're
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
simple, very understated.
Yes.
They have the water feature, a little feng shui going on, huh?
Yes, that's right.
The
Yeah.
umbrellas, the
Yeah.
bamboo.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful bird of paradise.
Yeah.
Kind of symbolizes the hands of geisha, I think.
Oh, right.
So it's really,
Right, the hands of geisha.
yeah.
Treat yourself if you haven't read
Yeah.
that book. Okay. Oh, spectacular. What do we have here?
This is a book by Isabella Allende, daughter
yeah.
of Fortune, and it's a great story of a gal who grows up in Chile and comes to the United States, to San Francisco in the hurly-burly days, and seeks her fortune and finds her true love.
She's a wonderful novelist. She
is.
also writes reviews of other books. She wrote a review of Kite Runner. Have you read Kite Runner?
Kite Runner
Yeah.
is a wonderful
And,
book, yeah.
so she's a spectacular writer. What a great idea, though, and she has
She
all
really
the...
did, yeah. She did all the gold and picked up all the colors in her flowers and the container, and accessorized
I
it
love the
really
boat.
beautiful. Yeah,
Oh, the
it's
ship.
great.
You said
Yeah,
the ship.
yeah.
All right, now, I know probably everyone on the foreseeable planet has read this
Yeah,
one, huh?
the famous Da Vinci
Code,
Code.
again being made into a movie.
Yes, yeah. Should be an outstanding one, too.
guess.
Yeah.
Wow, with all the little clues here.
Yes, that's right. She's added all the clues, which will encourage people to read if they haven't read that book to discover what those clues are. And she found a beautiful container to symbolize the Grail and what the Grail really is.
Right.
And wonderful flowers. Her selection of flowers really represents the main countries in the book. She did lilies for France, the fleur de lis. Irises also for France, roses for England, and she has heather and heath in there for, or thistle for Scotland.
It's an exciting book.
Yes, it is.
It's
A
fun.
provocative book.
knew. Right away, I can tell you this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it's cake.
I know. Colette's birthday cake.
By Kathy Gallagher.
Kathy
Isn't that
Gallagher.
fun?
Yep. She's a
Look at
garden
her.
club officer, and said she loves flower arranging, she loves baking cakes. Why not put the two together?
Not? And look at this fabulous
Yeah.
tablecloth.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
That is gorgeous.
Yes, very festive.
Is that fun? Now, she must have done this on a form, maybe?
She probably used Oasis and shaped the Oasis, put it on a cake plate.
what a
yeah,
great
I
idea.
don't know exactly what her mechanics were.
But that is
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Okay, and what are we here? This is interpreting a book called Culinaria of the Caribbean. And this was done by a gal who owns a new florist shop in Waltham, Glory Blooms on Moody Street. And this is her interpretation of the Caribbean. She is
What
from
a
Jamaica.
great idea.
Yeah, it's really
It's
festive.
fun. Look at
yeah.
this, the sunflower and the thing of lemons
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all the little flags
yeah, and all of the really rich colors of the Caribbean.
and the oils. And
Oh,
everything.
yeah. It's
Wonderful.
wonderful. Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, makes you kind of
Culinaria.
hungry.
Yeah. Oh, we have cake for dessert right
Yeah,
over
that's
here.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're here, and this is a lovely area actually in the library itself.
Yeah.
We have this high dome with a lot of natural light.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah.
here at Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter by Donna Marie Rourke. One of my
is
neighbors
that
and
cute?
Steve Rourke's wife.
Look at that.
My daughter-in-law and my daughter.
Well, this is so much fun. Look at what she did. Where'd she get the jeans?
Yeah, she put this whole thing together. She
Yeah,
actually had one of our other neighbors teach her how to rivet. She's a silversmith herself.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
And
Now,
she did a
is
very
her granddad right here?
No, that's her father-in-law.
Her father-in-law.
father-in-law.
Okay. Oh, hi. How are you? This is wonderful.
Yeah, it is great.
Look at this.
The jewelry she
And she
makes.
does her jewelry as well. Well, she does it all.
Yeah, she really does.
That's
Yep.
you can do it. Yes, we can.
Yeah, and she said to me that when she picked this book, yep,
She made my earring.
yep,
Donna,
she's
you are clever.
fascinated with this era.
Yeah?
Mom says, what kind of flowers did you used to have at the garden?
Okay,
Well,
and then you're
she told me that.
Yeah.
and
Yep,
then you're
yep,
reproducing it.
yep.
Well, tell her this is outstanding. We had a lot of fun with
Oh,
this.
yeah, this
Really
is
fun.
glad,
And you're
yeah.
great models for her jewelry, girls.
Yeah. And you do, I can see where Steve gets his smile from.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Great. Okay, now where are we moving on to?
This is an interpretation of a poem called Eastham Sonnets by Jennifer Rose.
Okay.
Jennifer Rose is a local woman who's a poet, and this is an interpretation of her work representing a beach scene.
What a great idea. Now, this is a window.
An old
And
window.
what she did was she painted it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah. Two women, Dee Cricker and Martha Creedon, did this exhibit, friends of Jennifer's.
But, you know, you see so many times people throwing these out, and what a great idea to do it as a display tray.
Oh, it is a beautiful display tray.
Yeah, it's excellent
Yeah.
for that motif.
Yeah. Okay, this is another Ikebana arrangement. Japanese flower arranging, again, very simple, like the couple that we saw downstairs. Very beautiful, open lines.
This vase is beautiful, too.
It is beautiful, yes. This woman spent some time in Japan as a young girl with her family, and that was something that I guess her family brought back. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very simple, but
Yeah.
just beautiful. Okay, we're getting around, and
This one is very
this is
fun.
fabulous. The
Yeah.
Food of China by Erica Bourne and Lily Bourne.
Lily Bourne is Erica's daughter,
Oh,
and
okay.
she is from China. And
Oh,
so,
nice.
yes, yes.
Oh, nice. So
And so she chose this book, and she's used all plant materials to represent what you might use in a steamer.
Okay.
Ginger
Yeah.
and lotus
What is this?
buds. This is
Lola.
ginger.
Oh, that's ginger.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I know what these are. Athurium?
Athurium, yeah.
Okay, it's a hard word to say.
Yeah.
But this is
It's
wonderful.
gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
This coleus leaf with the hosta leaves really does look inviting.
That's great, and this
Yeah,
is
and the
wonderful.
bamboo coming out. Yeah, it's great.
Well, what a fun thing to have
Yep.
in her teapot.
Yep.
How could we not know
Not
this?
do
The Red Hatters.
the Red Hatters.
Okay.
So this is their display. We're very happy to have them participate
They
in
are a
this.
fun group, and you
Yeah.
have to love them because they love life.
Oh, they sure
have
do.
fun
Yes,
wherever
we
they
saw
go.
them in the parade. They were
I
having a
did
good
on their
time.
float, I did,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were, every place they go, they have fun, and good for them, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's the whole
Absolutely.
mission of this group.
Yeah.
And the colors and the arrangement are absolutely perfect for their colors.
The red and the purple, that's,
Yes,
that's
that's
what
right.
they live by.
Yes, that's right.
So we're done with the third floor, we
We're
can go
done.
on the first.
And we can go to the ground level.
Great. All right, so Lella and I are on the ground floor.
Ground floor.
And we're beginning it with Romanza by Cindy Sin. Okay, that's music.
Yes, it is.
Andrea
We're in the
Bocelli.
AV department, and this is an interpretation of Andrea Bocelli. And really the opulence and richness of his voice.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
This beautiful pink rose.
Yes, yes, gorgeous.
This is our first music piece that we've had, right?
Yes, it is our first music piece.
We're in the audiovisual department that we're having a little music in the background here, and this is another music piece.
This is a music piece. This is a really kind of complex piece. I don't know if you know Ellie Smirlis. She
I do.
and her daughter did this piece. And it's
She's quite the antique collector. I did a show in her house. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous house.
Look at this
Magnificent
container.
gold.
I mean, yeah. But
Look
it's
at the little swing.
well, it's an interpretation of this piece of artwork,
okay.
the swing, with a combination of Vivaldi's Spring Movement. And what they've done is they've burnt a CD so people can actually listen to a section of the Vivaldi and look at the piece.
That's called Thinking of It All.
Oh, yes, it was.
Look
yeah.
at that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the swing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did it
yeah.
It's a magnificent house. It's just beautiful.
And
beautiful
very
thing.
creative. Both
Very,
of them are
yeah.
extremely creative. And the piece, the swing,
That
is
is
a favorite of Maggie's,
Ah.
and Vivaldi was a favorite piece of both of them, and so that's how they decided to do this.
Well, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Again, literary.
Literary, the latest Harry Potter. And
Half-Blood Prince.
the latest one, and this Harry Potter is a much darker novel. I haven't read this one.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites.
And
yeah.
so that's why this designer, Jackie
Okay, with the
McDonald,
black, okay.
did this, and she found this container
Look
which
at this, it's
kind of
almost
has,
neon. Can you see that, Tim?
well, yeah, and it changes colors.
really?
Yeah, and she picked flowers that would kind of look, you know, like that kind of wild forest imagery that you get in the
Look
Harry
at that, you can see
Potters.
them changing colors.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah.
What a great.
Great
Great, very,
collection.
very clever.
Yeah, great
Alrighty,
selection.
Should we go back?
Yep.
One of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they've done it all here. How elegant, huh?
Yes, yeah, Jerry Chasen did this, and
Okay.
Jerry Chasen is a person in the AV department here at
Okay.
the library, and she decided to do this, the silver representing Tiffany. She's got some boxes,
Oh, God.
elegant gloves, cigarette
Oh,
holder,
Looks exactly like Audrey.
Audrey, a lot of bling, and I think
Oh, it's
over
great.
to
Look
the-
at the cigarette holder.
I know, yeah. So it's really,
That is
and roses
That
to
is
be
great.
as elegant as you can be with
Looks
red roses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like her. in
Yeah,
the
it
movie.
does, doesn't it?
That is fun.
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's and the
Yeah,
original
she
by
did
Capote.
a great job on that
That
arrangement.
is fun.
You know, know, one thing that I have to say, too, is the designers really worked. We had a series of about 3 meetings this summer, and not all people are professionals in this at all. Some of them are garden club members, some of them have some more experience than others, but there were people who really were tackling this for the first time.
Well, you would never know it.
No,
I'll tell you.
a lot
just
of
little tiny touches that are just fantastic. I mean,
tiny
really
touches and people working together, brainstorming ideas, people helping each other on how they can accomplish.
suggesting and,
Yeah.
you know, just...
So
an
it's
example.
great. Yeah,
Fantastic. One of my favorite sections of the library, one I spent many hours with my daughter when she was small, and this is a fun one called Jelly Beans.
Jelly beans for sale.
Okay.
And this was done by Sharon McGann, who also was a library staff member, and
That is fun.
a
Look at
wonderful children's story about earning money and saving money and what money does. And she did Gerbers to match the jelly beans.
she replicated the whole
Simple
thing.
idea,
Very
just
cute.
very effective,
And
very, very
again,
cute.
with this wonderful frames of these windows.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
these
It's
windows.
perfect. Yeah, this building is
It's outstanding.
inside and outside.
Yeah, really, truly is. Oh, look at this. Puss in
This
Boots.
is Puss in Boots. This was a mother-daughter combination. Courtney Og Mancuso and Ivy Mancuso. Ivy is probably about 7 years old.
She is.
And
Look at that.
she's and she comes to the garden club meetings with her mother. Courtney is a professional florist.
Okay.
Has a business here in Waltham. Does primarily wedding work and special occasion work. Very instrumental in doing the float.
Oh, she was.
Along with the woman who did the birthday cake.
Oh, she did?
Upstairs,
Oh,
collect
okay.
birthday cake.
Again, if people miss the float and the parade, which was
Yeah.
fantastic, they'll see it because it'll be on cable.
Yeah.
But look at all the little things she has. She has the
has-
hat,
yes,
and she has
yeah.
that is outstanding.
Yeah, it is. This
With
is
the boots. That
really a
really is.
magnificent arrangement.
That really is.
Yeah.
People, and again, and it's
And
a
this
fabulous
represents
showcase.
his
Little
boot.
boot, yeah, with the toe.
Yep.
And
So-
again, perfect showcase for it.
Graphics
Yep.
on top to
Yep.
be the feather of his hat.
Yeah.
So, Courtney has done art and gloom a
Okay.
few times
Okay.
with the garden club.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's very talented.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Oh, we're not getting any way. All right, we're here, again, over here at the children's section, and this is called Pilgrims and Me, and it's done by Kathy Collins and Laurel McQuiggan.
2 of my neighbors.
Oh, okay, that's right, down
And
the island.
did a great exhibit.
What a cute thing.
Yes, very, very pretty exhibit. Very fall, very
Kids
festive.
love any kind of an arrangement that has people cut.
yeah, and it really does. You know, the little characters.
Yeah.
So picked up the characters on the cover of the book, and
Really, it looks exactly
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
And this almost, oh, it is, looks like a
it
it is a
is a
cornucopia.
cornucopia.
Mhm.
Yeah,
With the
so
doors and
yeah, it's a great
candy.
arrangement.
It looks
Very,
fabulous.
very pretty.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, yeah.
How are you, Tom? This
I'm
is
wonderful.
Tom Jewell.
How are
Nice
you?
to see
Wonderful
you.
to
Barbara
see you.
Peterson.
How are you, Barbara?
Thank you very much for lending us this wonderful site to have
Oh,
this
it's our
phenomenal
pleasure.
exhibit.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Lela's been
Yeah.
taking us around. We're having the best time. Absolutely
it's
the best
marvelous.
time. And it's also a great way to showcase this wonderful building for
Oh,
the
it is.
community.
It is.
And hope people will come in and take advantage of
Oh,
it.
I hope they do, and I wish this could stay up all fall.
Oh, I
because
know. Wouldn't this be great?
It's just marvelous, and we've just started to take the tour, and what we've seen so far is just breathtaking.
You're going to love it. Now,
Yeah.
where's your exhibit?
Next year.
Next year. You heard it, Lela. Well, thank you, Tom.
We got
Oh,
it now
thank
on
you.
tape.
And you can continue your tour.
Okay.
And I can't let you go without thanking Lela and the committee for the work that they've
Oh,
done.
outstanding.
If you only knew how much time and effort they put
Oh,
into
I
it.
can appreciate it for
It's
sure.
It's extraordinary. So Lela, thank you
Thank
very,
you.
very much from all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, so this is, Chrysanthemum, that was one of my favorites.
It is a
Janice
wonderful.
Cronin and Kathy
Kathy
Dufresne, right?
Two
Work with
teachers
Janice, yeah.
also in Waltham.
Yeah, and Janice.
And when I
Is that
approached
cute?
Kathy, she immediately said, I know what book I want to do. I want to do chrysanthemum because it's at the beginning of the school year. It's the whole issue of kids going to school and names and sitting in and it's fall.
It's a huge thing. By Kevin Hanks. He's very well known children's writer.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have little kids here, and look at the blackboard. Isn't that cute?
Very cute.
2 plus 2.
Yeah.
So I think in this particular room, it really is very befitting what they've chosen to do here, and you've showcased the kids things
And each floor we've tried to showcase what that department
what the
is.
theme was. Yeah.
So our last but not least, is what we started off with.
Okay.
And this is Noreen Cook's Philippe in Monet's Garden.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look
how
at that
cute he
frog.
is.
Look at that frog. Where did she ever come up with
I
Philippe?
know. He's
He's
a friend's frog. And this is a book that evidently you can get through the MFA as well. And if you go online with the MFA, you can find a frog that's pretty close to him.
Is that cute?
Yeah.
He even has a jazzy little scarf on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he is so cute. His little eyes are adorable, and she's got this dish to represent
With
the
a lily
pond,
pond.
and
Oh, look at this, the blue, and she has even little stones in this, Tim.
yeah.
And the gorgeous Monet.
The
print
gorgeous
as well.
Monet, yep. So,
Oh, well.
and this is a
what
very enchanting little book.
It
I
is.
actually picked it up to read
Did
after
you?
her description, because Monet was very worried that he was going to be the special of the day because he had such succulent legs. But then he managed to find Monet's garden, and Monet
he hit right
appreciated
out there.
him. So,
Well, I think this is a wonderful exhibit for us to end this particular segment of the show on, Lila, and we're going to, as I told you, we're going to run the whole hour. I think people are just going to love it.
well, that's great.
And I
Thank
really
you for your
hope,
time.
it's our pleasure, and I really hope that people will get down here for the weekend. These exhibits will be up through Sunday. Okay, and we want to spend some time, again, thanking you and your committee, also the people who volunteer their time and effort. This is completely at their own expense.
Oh, it is. And you know, the people so willingly volunteer to do it, so it's wonderful that people are coming out to see what the work is that they've done.
Exhibits.
Yes.
42 exhibits. And now, do you have any thoughts of perhaps continuing this for next year?
Well, I'm not quite sure.
After you recover from the
Tonight,
weekend,
I'm not quite sure I can say that.
But again, tonight, even if it is continued again next year, you're having wonderful music upstairs. People can have something to eat and drink.
Yes.
And then otherwise, on the weekend, Tim will be back and be filming again and take another look around at all the exhibits. And we want to thank you and the people who participated in making this an absolutely outstanding event for the citizens of Waltham and for Waltham Historic Week, the first time ever.
Yes, that's
So,
right.
Lola, thanks, hon. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you
Thank
taking the
you.
time. You
Thank
did a
you.
great
It
job.
was a
and
pleasure.
Palala
Thank
Chavalis
you.
and the ladies of the Garden Club and all our exhibitors here, it's my pleasure to say enjoy, come down, visit, and say just thank you to these ladies for this wonderful, wonderful exhibit. For Barbara Peterson, I'm Tim Sullivan, and we'll see you next time in the garden. Thank you so much, Lola.